NFC Championship. So Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams. Now this was a real championship game. There was touchdowns flying. The teams were scoring. One team would score, and then literally like 5 plays later, another touchdown. So great game, a lot of ups and downs, some crazy personal foul calls, some taunting calls that were nuts, some incompletions that might have been incomplete, but they call them complete. Cooper Kupp's one first down that he had. Also, not challenging the first down. The other first down Cooper Kupp had. So a lot of storylines in this one, right? You had underdog Sam Darnold. You had Cooper Kupp playing his old team. So there was a lot going on. You also had Devontae Adams, one of the best receivers of all time, really wanting to make the Super Bowl. You have Puka Nacua, probably the best player in the NFL, playing as well.
Right.
So I really enjoyed watching this game.
Oh, yeah.
This was just a classic football game. But the Seattle Seahawks 31, Los Angeles Rams 27. When the Rams got the ball, it was 31-27. They were driving. They got all the way within the 10-yard line. It was about 3rd and, I believe, 5. They still had a chance to, I believe, get a first down. It wasn't 3rd and goal. I kind of in my head thought, maybe just run the ball twice. I know it's an unpopular opinion, especially since you have Stafford, Nacua, you have a good tight end, and you have Devontae Adams. But
Blake Corum was running that thing.
I just, in the moment, felt like they were going to be expecting the pass and a run. I'd rather go down losing knowing that we couldn't get 4 yards on 2 plays than I would just throwing 2 incomplete passes. When those passes get incomplete, it's just a deflating feeling. But I knew that was the game. I knew that if they didn't score a touchdown there, that the Seahawks would just figure out a way to just keep that clock ticking. McVay apparently just has the worst clock management of any head coach ever. So somehow they ended up with like 1 timeout left with 3 minutes left, and then they blew the last timeout with like 2 minutes, 50 seconds. So interesting game, but hey, Seahawks pulled it off. Sam Darnold's going to the Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was banging the drum all season long that these Seahawks were the best team in the NFL, but they weren't getting their due. And people need to respect Sam Darnold. So if after Sunday night's game, if you have anything bad to say about Sam Darnold and you have my phone number, don't contact me ever again, because this guy is a freaking stud. He went toe-to-toe with Matthew Stafford, who's presumably about to win MVP, on a big stage, and he was incredible. He didn't turn the ball over. He matched Stafford 1 for 1. This guy was awesome. So Sam Darnold, he needs to be respected as the top 12 quarterback in the league that he is.
No, honestly, Sam Darnold played an awesome game. Yeah. He had about 364 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He played his best football when he needed it to. And I think that might be something that this playoffs was lacking a little bit, was there wasn't a lot of great quarterback play going on. Kind of like you said, there's been a lot of really dominant defenses, some run game, but really these games have been won or lost on, items that are like out of the quarterback's control. But honestly, on this one, Sam Darnold played a masterpiece of a game. He put together one of the all-time greatest NFC championship performances. He outdueled the MVP in the most important time that he could, and he just proved that practice is bullshit, because this guy hasn't practiced in like 3 weeks, and he just goes out there and actually slings the ball. That oblique injury is completely fake. This guy's milking that, and, good on Sam Darnold. What a humble guy, too. This is a masterclass on how to give an interview after winning. Everyone in the media is trying to bait this guy into talking about how the storyline of, everyone doubted you, everyone doubted you, everyone doubted you. What do you have to say? And he just keeps going, yeah, I don't really care about that. Just like happy to be in the Super Bowl. Really love the guys in the locker room. Good group, good cast of people. Thank you. That's a good, refreshing thing. It's nice to hear that, as opposed to, someone like Drake May or Tom Brady. Whenever they get asked this stuff, they always make it about themselves. Yeah, so it's good to see Sam Darnold just kind of keep it about the team, keep it about the bigger picture other than himself.
Yeah, it was great to see for Darnold. And I just thought it was bullshit how there was this narrative that this guy's a big game choker just because he had 2 bad games at the end of his run with the Vikings. It's like he has completely wiped that narrative away. He was awesome. Also, he was not a passenger in this at all. Like, there were some people that thought with the Seahawks' great defense, they can just have Sam Darnold, nice, easy dink and dunk throws, hand the ball. No, I mean, the Rams, they were moving the ball, putting up points on the Seahawks defense. They needed Darnold to go out and win them the game. So I thought it was a super impressive performance.
Yeah, he looked great. And honestly, man, there's just something about, I guess, when you watch Matthew Stafford throw that football, you watch Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams outside, you feel like they're the better team. You just feel they look better. They look great. But there's a guy on the Seahawks that is unquestionably putting himself in the category of top 3 receivers in the NFL, and that is Jackson Smith-Njigba. This guy is one of the smoothest route runners that I have ever seen. If you're watching the All-22 tape from the Sky, what you'll notice with this guy is every single route he does perfectly. So if you're a good receiver, basically every single stem of every single route, the stem is basically the start of a route, should make the defensive back feel threatened vertically. When you do that within your first 3 steps, the DB has no choice but to recede. If they don't recede, then usually that receiver can literally just make a call and do a go and beats them, and it's a touchdown. And so this guy is so smooth that he makes an in route, a slant, a go route, a comeback. Everything his stem in the first 3 steps looks the same, so no DB can cover this guy. He absolutely was cooking people out there. His one-handed catch, he caught with like 3 fingers. That ball had so many revolutions coming off of Sam Darnold's hand, and then the slow-mo, he just caught it with 3 fingers, and it just stopped. Just dead stopped. I mean, true man grip strength. I am so impressed with Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think this guy is going to go down as one of the best receivers in NFL history, and I would not be surprised if in 2 weeks from now he's winning Super Bowl MVP. I think this guy's going to have a huge game against the Patriots defensive backs. Jackson Smith-Njigba, very, very good on the outside. When you have a great number 1 receiver, it clears up the guys in the middle, and that's where you saw Cooper Kupp just eating up those garbage first down yards, getting those important first downs. Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith-Njigba outdueled Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, which is crazy. I would have never thought that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it is crazy. I think people are really starting to realize how good Jackson Smith-Njigba is. And a lot of times you hear conversations about top receivers in the league. A lot of times he's not in that conversation, probably because he plays in Seattle, and I think people don't even fully know how to pronounce his name, so it's just easier to leave him out of the conversation. But after this playoff run, the whole world is seeing it, and I know what you mean, how watching the Rams, that dynamic offense, I mean, you got Puka Nacua, you got Devontae Adams, Stafford just slinging it, the sidearm throws, and it's easy to look at them and say, this is the best team. I mean, they're not far off. I think we live in a day and age where we're so obsessed with offense that, I mean, they're the most high-flying, exciting offense. But it's crazy. The game really came down to, I mean, turnovers and special teams. Like, the Seahawks did not turn the ball over. The Rams turned it over twice. And we hit on it earlier, but, I mean, really the difference in the game, it was that botch punt. And you got the Rams return falling to the ground, ball hits off them. I mean, sets up an easy score for Seattle. It really is crazy. It's a forgotten phase of the game. Special teams matters.
How can we be so analytical with all of these quarterback numbers and all of these stats? I mean, just completely random analytical stats that pop up in these games, but yet no one has ever done the math. And this is one of my theories in football. Get rid of your punt returner in whole. Just get rid of your punt returner. Just block all the guys and make sure that the guys who are punting can't immediately just catch the ball every single time. But the risk of having these guys fumble is the difference between winning and losing. But never is the reward anything worth it. The reward is I just catch it where I'm standing. That's not a reward. If you're doing game theory, it's like, all right, what are the possible outcomes here? Okay, the odds of a punt return touchdown have got to be like 0.00001. I mean, it's very limited. Unless you're Devin Hester or all these old school guys, you really just don't see that much anymore, right? How many times in important games do we see these guys muff these punt returns and it just completely flips the game. I mean, when you punt the ball 60 yards in the air and you get a fumble, that is like a momentum swing like no one can measure on paper. So if I'm a coach ever in the NFL, I am literally just eliminating the punt returner. I might just go all after the block every single time and force them to just block. And then you just hope, listen, if the ball's going to be caught at the 10-yard line, you have to imagine it's probably 50-50 that ball's bouncing into the end zone, or 50-50 it's what? Bouncing at the 10 and then bouncing the other way. I really just don't see how there's any value in risking a fumble there.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Especially, I mean, he's basically falling on his ass. It's like, at that point, you want to let it go, but I mean, he couldn't even get out of the way of it. It was embarrassing, and it's just crazy. We spend all week talking about Matthew Stafford going up against the Seahawks defense, how Sam Darnold going to fare, but in the end, it came down to the special teams. I feel like another play we have to hit on. It didn't end up costing the Seahawks, but we got to talk about that taunting penalty.
We do. Before we do, I just want to make one quick kind of like simile here.
Yeah.
So Kurt Warner, the reason the Pats fans were getting all over him was because he was saying basically that he hates how these AFC championship games or any really important game gets decided or changed. The outcome gets changed because of the weather.
Oh, bad take.
That's like a classic take. It always comes up around this time. And you could also say like that argument too about special teams. It'd be like someone saying, oh, like you hate to see these games like get won or lost like because of a special teams error. It's like, no, it's all a part of football.
Yeah.
It's a 3-team game. There's offense, special teams, and defense. Each one of them is equally as important. Also, you need to get your roster aligned and ready to be able to play in the winter as well. You can't just make the best dome team and then just be mad because you have to play outside. A lot of the stadiums are outside, and a lot of the good teams you're going to face in these important games play in cold weather areas. So you should be prepping and learning how to coach for that, not bitching about it like Kurt Warner.
Yeah, it is crazy. Also, it's funny with the Broncos-Patriots. The Broncos were the home team. They play in Denver. The snow was falling in Denver. So the Patriots just took the lead at the right time. Once it started flurrying, they were up, and that was it. But yeah, I don't like that take. I think football in the elements is incredible, and I've been pounding this all postseason. The teams that play outside and play in the cold weather have a distinct advantage. It's like these teams that play in domes, they don't do well on the road, period, especially when they got to face conditions. But kind of interesting, not a single indoor football game all playoffs. So every game is outdoors.
It's a good point. Yeah, which just goes to show you, like, you need to build your roster. But yes, going back to what you said, we do need to talk about this taunting penalty. So Woolen from the Seahawks, 3rd and 12, incomplete. Rams about to punt. This game's about to really spread. Like if they punt here, it's like, this game might just be over. Well, this guy goes up to the sidelines for no specific reason and just starts jawing at the Rams sideline. You can even see a ref going, all right, man, like move it along, kind of giving him a warning, like, all right, man, stop. Like, I don't want to have to do this. Don't make me do it. And then he just doubled down, started pointing at McVay, and he gets the flag. That's bad enough. But then the next play to get beat on a double move by Puka Nacua for a touchdown is an all-time bad play by a defensive back. But can you blame defensive backs? I mean, these guys are some of the dumbest guys in the NFL. I mean, the fact that this guy did this just proves that he should be off of the team immediately. If I'm the coach, I'm literally finding him whatever he's made this year and cutting him immediately.
Yeah, it is funny because you always hear about how people can't stand the diva receivers. I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of NBA stars. They're very insufferable. But an under-the-radar insufferable athlete is the diva corner safety. I mean, some of these corners are just absolutely insufferable characters. They're incredible talents, but they're just the type of person you would never want to know personally. You would never want to be friends with that kind of person. And I don't know if you saw, one of the Seahawks teammates was chewing him out on the sideline. Yeah. Like, dude, get your head out of your ass. I mean, that's just...
Oh, he was arguing back. It's like, what are you possibly arguing back? Just say, dude, just do the... That's when you do the chest tap. Like, hey, that one's on me. That one's on me. That one's on me. My bad. He didn't do that. No, and that's even worse, though. Oh, God, there's nothing more annoying on a football team than when someone does that, then you get on him, and then he tries to be like, yo, bro, like, dude, like, they shouldn't have called... Dude, you just...
Yeah, like, no one on the sideline agrees with you, dude. It's just...
Yeah, just stop. Also, they did call it a penalty, so you blew it.
And... yeah, so, I mean, you have to be a complete dope to make that mistake in such a crucial moment. all that being said, I know the ref tried to avoid throwing the flag. I still don't like the flag in that spot. It's like, yes, I know it's a point of emphasis, cut down the taunting, but if they don't throw the flag there, do you think any Rams fan this morning is saying, oh, we got screwed because they didn't call taunting there? Like, I think you actually could have let that one pass. It's not an in-game play. It's an extracurricular.